What is going on, Team XK? So I am going to be doing a little bit of analysis on DXY, the dollar. This analysis really should help you make trading decisions on a lot of currency pairs. The dollar really drives what happens in the markets for a lot of things. We got the stock market, right, is going to be a little bit reliant on the dollar, gold, silver, and any USD currency pairs, right? We're currently in long positions on Euro USD. And long positions on AUD USD. We're in long positions on gold and silver. So, and we're also long on NZD USD. So understanding where the dollar is going to go is really going to help us identify if these trades are going to actually, play out in our favor or not. So we're going to go ahead and do an analysis on DXY. And with this insight, this should help you identify, and it should help us all identify where and if our trades are going to be playing out in our favor here. So we're trading slightly above this daily resistance, but we're pretty much, have respected this bullish channel pretty well here. Right, we've seen some slight break to the upside here, but nothing significant outside this bullish channel. So, we are technically still in that bullish channel here. So that means we could be anticipating higher highs, but we're towards the top of the channel here, right? Every time we've come to the top of the channel, we have seen a sell-off here. I would not be surprised, though, to see a fake out and then NFP comes out, right? We do have non-farm payrolls this week, and we have a lot of other Fed Powell speaking, I think twice this week as well, which will have an effect on the dollar. I would not be surprised to maybe see a little fake pump up to this last daily resistance at 93.736, and then see an aggressive drop off when that news drops. So right now we're kind of in a state of really consolidation. It hasn't really gone anywhere. There's not a whole lot to update. We're reaching these levels again. Let's see if we can find some levels of support that I would really be watching here. Probably the one that I would be watching the most is going to be the 1 hour. 1 hour 200 MA is acting as our strong dynamic level of support. So bullish trend remains active on the 1 hour time frame and above, right? So 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, daily, so on and so forth. The bullish trend remains active as long as we remain trading above the 1 hour 200 MA. We start trading below the 1 hour 200 MA, we have entered in a new short-term bearish trend that could turn into a longer-term bearish trend. Only time will be able to tell if that bearish trend continues or not. So not a big update here. I will be anticipating the dollar to sell off at some point this week. I don't see us having much more upside to go. We've pretty much have reached all of my bullish targets for DXY. And these has been discussed, throughout the past couple weeks here. Let's look at the weekly. I haven't looked at weekly yet. Yeah, so weekly candle, right? Last week closed out very flat, right? We came up, we tested that level of resistance, rejected off of that. Yeah, not able to tell a whole lot from the weekly, except I think there is a slight chance, worst case scenario here, folks, is we do see the dollar strength continue for the next couple weeks. And the only thing that I see that happening is if the media continuously is pushing this narrative that inflation is something not to worry about. That inflation is definitely a real thing. It is definitely happening. I think they're kind of underplaying the amount of inflation that is going on currently in the world. But if the media begins to really push that narrative that inflation isn't something to be worried about, we're going to see a lot of people be, pushing up that dollar higher. And worst case scenario, we'll be making that push up to that weekly 200 MA. That's going to be 94.6. That would be my absolute top here for DXY, and that would provide us really, really great entries on a lot of these other pairs, especially gold and silver. If they do get another sell-off here, it'll be a buying opportunity of a lifetime. If we do get to that level, I would not be anticipating that to happen for at least like another month and a half, maybe 2 months before we actually reach that. That's going to be 94.6. That'll be the final test of the weekly 200 MA, right? We haven't had an official retest of the weekly 200 MA since we broke below it, right? So you can see back here in July of 2020, we have broken below that weekly 200 MA. And as most of you know, when we do break a major MA like this, a major level of support, we normally get a retest, right? So we normally get a break and then a retest of it, and then a continuation to the downside. We haven't seen that kiss happen yet on that weekly 200 MA. Right, ever since we broke it. So that is definitely in the cards. I don't think it's likely, but it is something that I am thinking about, that if we do begin trading above 93.8, that scenario of us coming all the way back up to that weekly 200 MA has dramatically increased. I would say, probably 60% chance. If we start trading above 93.8, 60% chance we'll continue to move higher to that weekly 200 MA. Right now, I think it's a more so 60% chance that we're going to begin to turn over here and stair step formation to the downside here on DXY. I think that's very clear statement, because I have gone long on gold, silver, and some of these other USD pairs. So let's keep our eyes out on DXY. But as of right now, I think we're kind of reaching a top here, and we should start stair stepping to the downside. If there's any crazy moves or anything like that, I'll be sure to send out an update. If there's any questions, ask in the XK Trading Support Telegram channel. And then until next time, everyone, may the trades be with you all.